It's the Sims world after all.
Hello friends and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Amy and I play games basically. Just to preface with this video by saying that I'm actually sick again. I've got a bit of a cold and I'm not feeling great again, but I wanted to get a video out and so that's what I've done. I decided to build a rental property but using Horse Ranch as well because that's my favorite pack. I'm not gonna lie, out of all the expansions, Horse Ranch is my favorite. So we've got a massive house with, I think it ends up with about 5 bedrooms, and then we've got a little rental property on the back for a family to rent. So I needed this for my gameplay as my family has grown to a crazy amount. As always, I struggled with the exterior. I always struggle with getting the shapes right for the house, and then roofing, which is a nightmare. It is terrifying. Honestly, proper fear. I can go into a build and I constantly think, how is the roofing going to be? And that puts me off. But I know that with time you'll get better and you'll realize what roof looks great where, you know? So if I do breathe heavy in this video or if I sound particularly weird, just know it is not gonna stay. It's not gonna stick around for long. It's just I'm not very well. That is the joy of having a niece that now goes to nursery. I pick up everything that she gets, and she picks up everything. Kids are disgusting. They're full of germs, and it's yucky. It's fucking gross, actually. Yucky is a nice way of putting it. So, yeah, that roof that I just placed, I do not enjoy. I do not like looking at, but it was the only one that kind of worked, so it's the one we're sticking with, you know. I tried to do a chimney and I kept trying, and I think it's important to know when to give the fuck up. And I didn't take that memo for a while, but I did eventually, and I was like, yeah, the roof makes this look shit. So I just added like another little, I think I made a bathroom, but I added that just to give some shape on that side of the house because it looked a bit too, I don't know the fucking word. I'm not a thesaurus. Thesaurus? I think I mean dictionary. I'm not a dictionary. I'm also not a thesaurus, but dictionary was the word I was going for. So yeah, I did make a bathroom there. So I really like this build, and I wanted to add more to it. And just as I was trying to add more, my game completely shut down. So I'm going to have to use this video to rebuild the house, which I am not too happy about. I am currently laughing to try and mask my pain and my fear. So I wanted to use those columns, but I didn't end up liking them. They looked a bit too bulky on the stairs, and yeah, just didn't suit the aesthetic. So I went with the other ones, and they work well. Now, most of the furnishings in this pack is actually from Horse Ranch or for rent, but there are some items that aren't. I wanted to make this base game and Horse Ranch and for rent, but I just couldn't because there are some items in base game that are very nice, but there's some that are really ugly, which, you know, they're old, so fashion and interior design has changed. I mean, Sims was released quite a while ago now, Sims 4. So, you know, it's okay for the older stuff to be outdated. I just wish maybe they'd add a bit more. Now, they've added some in recent time, which is great. You know, The Sims is now free to play, and you just have to pay for the expansion packs. But I know the expansion packs can get a little pricey. I remember, like, I'd beg my mum to buy me an expansion pack, and it was like $34.99. You want $34.99? You can fuck right off, you know, essentially, but without the swearing. So I know that expansion packs can be expensive. I still struggle with funding them now, but yeah, I just couldn't make base game work. So it does have a mix and match of other packs as well, but I don't think too many, but that doesn't really help. So yeah. So I added a foundation. I added stilts. I don't know why. I just like them more. and I added a little garden, so it's got a nice little horse area. Now, I spent so fucking long trying to make it big enough for a hay bed, and you'd think at this point I would just like actually figure out how big the hay bed is instead of just guessing. Of course I wouldn't. Why would I do that? That would be a logical bloody thing. Don't don't expect that from me. So, no. No logic. I just kept trying until I got there. And I got there in the end. So, maybe that's a positive for me, or maybe that is shameful. I don't know. All I know is we've got space for 2 horses, so everyone be happy about that. Let's just be thankful that that worked because it nearly didn't. So yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna name my horses. So I built this for my family that I play with in my legacy save at the moment, and my sim has just become an elder and he's retired and he wants to live on the ranch with his family and his grandchildren. And he's got a horse anyway. He's got an old horse, I think called Astro or something like that. Astro or Astrid, I cannot remember right now. But yeah, he wanted to live on a ranch when he was young, but he never got to. And now, finally, due to like years of saving, he can finally afford a massive house. But to help pay rent, there's a property to rent off. I haven't really delved too deep into the For Rent gameplay per se. Um, I've been dealing with a lot of glitches and a lot of bugs, like a lot of crashing from my game. Now, I don't know if I'm the only person. I may well be, so don't think this is a universal thing. Don't take my word for it and go, right, well, this pack's shit. Listen to loads of other people, because from what I've played, I enjoy it. I don't know if it's the pack that's making my game crash or if it's just my pack or if it's just my laptop. But I don't think it would be my laptop because my laptop was working fine, but maybe I just need to repair the game. So listen to other reviewers. They're a lot better than me, a lot more insightful than me. And yeah, follow their advice if you wish to. So I made a little pond. I'm really fond now of ponds. I add them to most of my builds. I think they elevate a lot so much, to the point where it just becomes beautiful, and I would love a pond in my garden. If I ever have a house, if I ever own a house, anything like that, if I'm ever lucky enough to be in that position, I want a pond, first thing. So I added some mud. Great, great. See, I'm so great at thinking. I added some plots of like mud so we can plant some stuff. And I watched Doctor Who, the final special, and I made something in honor of Wilf. So there you go, Wilf. You've got an area to stargaze. So now we're on to the inside, and I didn't quite know what to do. I didn't know what to do with the stairs either. I was really confused at this point. I was watching a movie as well, and I was trying not to get too engrossed in the movie so I could finish what I was doing. I think this build in total took me about 3.5 hours over 2 separate days. But I really love it. I do. And I love it so much that I'm gonna actually rebuild it like tile for tile. I was gonna say brick for brick, and then I realized this wasn't bloody Minecraft. So I used the same doors because I just figured like rustic, maybe the doors were made, handcrafted, that shit. So we got a kitchen, as most houses do, because eating is quite important to our daily schedule. None of my Sims are vampires, so they don't feast on plasma. So a kitchen is vital for their survival. And I really do like the kitchen. I think it's just a nice room. I mean, even like I love everything with the horse ranch kit pack. I was about to say kit, it's not a kit, but I love it so much, and I use this stuff all the time, so it's nice to have a build that's just about that. And I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite build I've done. I added a menu on the wall because I thought maybe with the family being so big, they'd like everyone has a favorite meal and they add it to the board on the day that they're gonna serve it. That was my kind of idea. It might be shit, but I hope not. Now, I added this area because I don't know why, but I just really wanted it. Like a breakfast bar, that kind of thing, and a nice window out into the open. Don't know why, but it fits and it looks nice, which that's all that matters. And I use these black sort of stone, but I'm imagining that they're tile. And I think they look so nice in the kitchen. And we got a massive table because this is a massive fucking family. You know, this isn't some small family. I mean, we've got like grandparents, two children, uh, one infant, and a teenager, and both sets of the in-laws. So just a few living on the lot. Um, I I do have MC Command Center to allow me to have more than 8 Sims in the household, just because, you know, why not? But I don't think no, I think I moved the in-laws out. I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is we got a lot of Sims and a lot of bedrooms. I use that welcome mat. That welcome mat has single-handedly become my favorite piece of like furnishing in any pack so far. It's so simple, yet it's everything I want. And also, side note, happy birthday, Taylor Swift. As I'm filming this, it's currently your birthday. Just want to say happy birthday. Not as if she's watching, you know. She'll never watch anything I do. But I love Taylor Swift, so I'm gonna say it. Anyway, so here's a computer, and I use those frames because my Sims family has got lots and lots of photos because I think we're on our 4th generation now. So we've got through quite a few people. We've got a graveyard as well where everyone's buried and we pay our respects. But lots of pictures. I am more sentimental in Sims than I care to admit. You know, I do get a bit emotional when my Sims age up. My Sim James became an elder, and it hit me like a ton of bricks because he was my favorite Sim. He still is. I still adore him, but I still feel absolutely devastated. This wooden floor is lovely, by the way. It's really nice, and I just think Horse Ranch is the best because the colors of everything, like the swatches and the texture of it looks so nice. It's insane. This bed from For Rent, when I tell you I could use it all the time in my build and never get bored, I mean it. So this is sort of like an older bedroom for the in-laws, and one of the father is well, there's two fathers. So one of the fathers is a artist, and the other father was in the military. But so I added an easel just for them so they could decorate, and they have their own bathroom just because it makes it easier. We end up having quite a few bathrooms in this house. I think about 3 or 4. So plenty of room for everyone to go to the toilet and do their business, which is important. And there's even upstairs there's a nectar making room, which that's pretty cool. And so this is the infant's nursery. Just a nice little space for the infant. The infant's name is Archer. I couldn't think of a name and I completely randomized it and Archer came up and I was like, yeah, I kind of vibe with that. So yeah, we got Archer, the infant. Not a baby, I was gonna say baby, but infant. So yeah, quite exciting. And I finished everything quite simply because I wanted it to run. I wanted there to be enough of the items, but I also wanted it to run. You know, I didn't want it to slow down anyone's game. So this is the twins' bedroom. Uh, what are the twins' names? I cannot remember. One of them's Cassandra, and I think one of them's Fiona. Once again, I randomized their names. I'm not. I am sentimental with some names, but other names I'm not. Like the first child's name is Gilbert. Now, don't laugh. The name's Gilbert, which it's they've all got sort of traditional names except for Archer, but Gilbert was my first sim, so it's sort of gone back to their great 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 grandfather. which I like. I like names like that. So here we've got, I think I made like a pantry. That's what you tend to have in like American houses. So it's just got like food, supplies, but unfortunately there's not that many food items in Clutter. I was searching throughout the fucking game and I didn't use my brain. This brain not working. Why would it? Who needs a bloody brain? Because I could have just used bloody debug, but I didn't. So yeah, we live and we learn. But there's a nice pantry area. I was just trying to get these rooms used up. I'm not gonna lie, I had no clue what to do at this point. I was like, we've got so much space, but we don't need to furnish everything. We don't need loads of rooms. We don't need any of that. So I was just like pantry, next to making room, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we did, and it suits the house fine. It matches it and it looks all right, and I'm quite glad with it. So all's well that ends well, I guess. And then in here, I didn't really furnish in here too well. I just added a cabinet because I'm not here to decorate halls. Although that is literally, I built this, I should be the one to decorate halls, but I'm not gonna. Because halls piss me off. I don't know why, they just activate some primal anger deep within. So, don't ask me to decorate halls or corridors, whatever you call them. I think I'd call it a landing. But it's big as well. So I added a fish tank. So you've got this massive fucking landing and just a fish tank. You're welcome. There's also one playroom up here, just a whole room dedicated to toys. So I used that bed. I think that's the Princess Cordelia. But I didn't enjoy it too much. I don't like it, but it fits the parents' vibe really well. And yeah, they had a sort of similar kind of room previously. So yeah, it fits well. It's not the nicest looking one, but it works. And then this is the nectar making room, as I said. Now, I don't know why, but I always add carpet upstairs. I think I've said this before, but like where I lived, you couldn't have carpet upstairs. You couldn't have tiles upstairs or wood. You always had to have carpet. So for me, it's like second nature to have a nice carpet. So this is the teenager's bedroom, Gilbert. And Gilbert's going through the typical I'm too cool to hang out with my family phase, and Gilbert likes music, and yeah, so I gave Gilbert music. So I gave Gilbert a guitar, I think the Grim one, because I thought that fits really kind of well with the whole teenage angst bullshit. That's a Heathers pun for you, if you care to know. You probably don't, but Heathers is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I'm gonna quote it every now and then. And then I added another living area because I just didn't need any more rooms. But there's so much fucking space in this house. You could do whatever you wanted. Like, there's a room for everyone to just get away from their family. And I love that because I live with my family and I love them, but I also know they do my fucking head in, you know? When my sister moved out, happiest day of my life. But then again, also the saddest. So it's weird. When your sister goes, you've got no one else to like bitch about, I lost that, so that wasn't too fun. So here's another bathroom. It's very spacious, and I used that yellow rug because I just like it. A lot of these things in the build is literally just me liking things and being like, yeah, I'll have that. So I used that floor because I always use like the jigsaw tiles in these builds, and I just wanted some difference and some variety. So that's we got what we got. We're switching it up a bit. We're being a bit different. And there's a small TV. Not big, but a small penguin TV. And yeah, it's quite nice. And then another room, another one. There is so many. It's just like room after room after fucking room. And at this point, I was like, it was about, I want to say 12:30. And I was like, I need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. But I needed to get this done. And so I was just like looking for a wallpaper that kind of worked. Now remember, the wallpaper may not fit your aesthetic, but it works really well for the family that I've got about to live here. Well, they were going to. I've got to re-fucking build it now. So I added a nice big bath for them. Just because. Simply just because. And so the landing, this is where the fish tank comes in. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad I furnished it? There we go. Doesn't it look so much better? And I was going to move that, but then I added the hopscotch because I love hopscotch. It's probably the only thing about school that I miss. And then I added a little house here for rental purposes. And I decided that this looked a bit shit. Just a bit. So I bulldozed it. And I started again. Not at this point. At this point, we're still trying to make that work, but it ain't working. I wish now we've got for rent and we can make like multiple houses sort of thing in one lot for other people to live on. I wish you could duplicate a house because I would have loved to do like a little village of houses, but at this point my laptop was running really laggy and I was afraid it was going to crash. I tried to save, and then just as I was saving after I finished filming this video, it crashed and it didn't save, which I was so heartbroken about. But yeah, petition to the Sims team, allow it so we can duplicate houses. Please, I pray. It would be so cute. You could have like a little holiday village. You know, something like, I don't know, like Butlins or Pontins, you know, well, not Pontins, but like Butlins, you get like the little cabins. I'd love that. That would be so, so cool. So that is my one demand for Sims. There we go. So this is just me furnishing this place and trying to make it look cool. Now it's small, it's not the biggest, and it won't have the highest amount of rent because of that. But it's somewhere to live, which, you know, you can't really be too. It's nice, it's clean, you know, and it's cozy. And I tell you, like, I'd live here in a heartbeat. I would live here. So it's got a little thing for whoever lives there to put their keys on, and it's got a bathroom. I mean, come on, that is cool. My apologies. I keep coughing and sneezing, and so I stop filming and delete it when I cough or sneeze because you don't want to hear that. But I like this place and I'd live here. Small but nice, small but functional, you know, that kind of thing. And this is the bedroom. Simple, simple-esque, you know, because I want the tenant to add what they want to it, you know? And so I just added some greenery and some landscaping. Not too much because my game was so fucking laggy. I could barely hold it together. I was doing everything in my power to stay out of this because I tell you, it would have just been easier at the moment to quit and be like, maybe tomorrow. But I wanted to get it done now. It's nearly there. So I just added some of the prairie grass. That's the fucking word I was looking for. But I added some of that. I added quite a lot because you can get some really good stuff in there, and also it does a lot of the landscaping for me, which I like because it saves me a job. And so I also added some chickens. And I don't know why. Maybe I just wanted chickens, but I thought chickens were cool. I wanted to add a cow shed, but we didn't have enough space, and at this point I was kind of losing it. Like I wasn't having a good day. I wasn't having a good time, and I couldn't be bothered to build anymore because I'd been building for quite a while. So I was like, do you know what? You're just gonna have chicken, and you're gonna make fucking do. So we got chickens. We got no cows. We got chickens, but we've also got horses. So you know, I'd say we lucked out. This was me trying to make the cow shed work. But anyway, we're getting close to the end of the video now, so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I've been Amy. Please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, I apologise, and hopefully I will see you next video. Bye bye. Much love.